Hello and welcome back to spooky season. I have a flashlight. I'm John Stock from MacTheMovieGuy.com. I think the light is on. I always just kind of trust. I hear the click on the thing. I'm blind and I can't really see. So uh, I have no idea what this looks like. Uh, but this is my level of definition for horror movies. I always thought like the campfire thing. People used to use flashlights for spooky stories, ghost stories. And then he walked upstairs and opened the door, and oh my god! And you're just like, I don't know, what is it? I feel like I've heard this story before. This is Bride of Chucky. Spooky? I don't, gory, sure. It's definitely a horror movie. So, yeah, depending on, I'm trying to throw out all sorts of vibes for you guys for Halloween. Just, horror comedies, some straight up horror, scary movies, family friendly movies, like whatever, thrillers, like movies with like no gore but are still like legitimately scary. All sorts of things, depending on what your vibe is for Halloween. Because everybody's got like a different thing going on. Where like, what am I looking for? Oh yeah, I'm looking for that. So I'm going through Child's Play movies. It's on Netflix right now. It has audio description. I thought the audio description was pretty solid. And I didn't have any problems with it. It describes the gore pretty well. This film finally starts getting a little gory. As a franchise, there are actually some moments where you're like, oh damn, okay. John Ritter gets done really dirty in this film. Sorry, that's a spoiler, but I will say uh, he might have like the goriest death thus far in the Child's Play franchise. um, like in comparison to everybody else. So, this is the film that introduces us to Tiffany. So, as you might expect through the name Bride of Chucky, this is Jennifer Tilly coming in as Tiffany and bringing her own new, fresh vibe to the world of Child's Play and Chucky and all that good stuff. So she plays Tiffany, who is an ex of Charles Lee Ray, and she has gone to great lengths to try to find the actual Chucky doll and to actually bring him back. And she plays around with voodoo. Much like if the only thing you've ever seen is the Peacock series, it's the same vibe. And she tries to bring back Chucky. At the time, she has this sort of like, kind of like loser quasi boyfriend played by Alexis Arquette. Rest in peace. And who like is a wannabe serial killer but like pretends to be a serial killer and just sort of has like somehow figures out how to get like disturbing photos of dead bodies without actually doing the work. And tries, and yeah, he's like, I'm working up to it, Tiff, come on, whatever. Anyway, so she gets this good guy doll, and she thinks it's the real one. Finally, she's doing the stuff and brings Chucky back, and Chucky's like stitched together. She has to like sew him back together, so he looks sort of horrifying. Because everybody remembers the end of Child's Play 3, he kind of gets blown up like in the fan, just like a million different pieces. Just I don't know. It's funny how we just keep destroying Chucky, and like, well, I'm back, and it's like, dude, what do we have to acid melt you? Like, how do you keep coming back? um so yeah, he is he's back, and we see him and Tiffany and their relationship together, and well, she's the human, so she's in control, or is she? And you know, Chucky always finds a way of turning the tables, and eventually, it's very sort of like they even like show the movie Bride of Frankenstein while everything is happening. Eventually, he figures out a way to one up her and get her into a doll, so that way they're both dolls, which is how we get the Tiffany doll, um, which is what she's most known for. Uh, so now they both need bodies, which leaves us with this other, like, the other humans in the movie, which Katherine Heigl is in this. She's got her uncle is a cop, and played by John Ritter, and he does not like her boyfriend, played by an actor. I don't know, some random dude. Um, and basically, the boyfriend and her end up, well, he gets hired to drive these dolls to the place where Chucky left the amulet that he needs to be able to transfer their bodies into other humans. So they have to go retrieve the amulet. It's it's one of those. It's a MacGuffin plot line. So they have to go to Charles's original grave, to get the amulet. And I'm like, well, wait, that makes no sense, because he died in the first film, and the amulet's buried with him. So the whole time he was trying to transfer his body into Andy, he didn't actually have the amulet that he needed to try to transfer his body into Andy. I don't understand. This film makes no sense. This is one of those times where you just go, guys, did you watch the first 3 films? Or did somebody just get the rights to this and they're like, oh yeah, I've thematically always looked at Chucky and been like, that would be a cool movie to make. But I never actually saw the movies. Saw some trailers. So he has to go get this amulet, which means the first 3 films are pointless, because he was never going to successfully transfer his body, apparently. And they hire these 2 kids and they kill people along the way. That's the movie. And eventually the 2 kids, they basically everybody thinks the 2 kids are these, like, this Bonnie and Clyde team that are going across America killing people, and leaving death in their wake, because they don't know the dolls keep coming alive and killing people. And then finally they see the dolls and like, oh my Jesus, and leads all to this climactic finale. Will they get the amulet? Will any of these dolls still be alive? Will anybody still be alive at the end of the film? Is Katherine Heigl going to come back for a season of Chucky? That's what we're really looking forward to. Will Katherine Heigl come back and do Chucky? She's very particular as an actress, so I have a feeling probably not. I'm assuming she looks at her resume, considering the whole, like, Grey's Anatomy thing where she was like, she didn't submit herself for an Emmy Award consideration. I have a feeling she looks back at this and she's like, I wish I hadn't done that. This is her Leprechaun. Like, Jennifer Aniston looks at Leprechaun and she's like, oh God, I did that. I'm sure Katherine Heigl's like, I can't believe I did Bride of Chucky. It's not that bad. It's fun. It's fine. This is, I referred to Child's Play 3 as transitional camp. Like, it starts to get silly. It starts to get a little goofy. It stops taking itself so seriously. Well, this definitely does that. This is definitely, even more so leaning that way. It's like, okay, nobody finds him scary. So let's just lean in on the comedy part of it. And it finds ways of making this funny, silly, stupid, gory. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, is it violent? Yeah. They definitely amp up the violence, which is funny that on the least scary of the 3 is the one where they up the violence. They're not even trying to make them scary anymore. They're just like, I don't know, they're here, whatever. Let's make some jokes and have some fun, and bring in the audience. The film has a really weird ending. I just got to be honest. It's so utterly bizarre, but it totally bleeds into the next sequel, quite literally. So, Bride of Chucky, should you watch it? I don't know. Do you like Child's Play? Like, I feel like this is the thing. This is critics come in and we're like, well, let's compare it to all of the other films ever made, or we could just compare it to their Child's Play movies. Um, if you were expecting Chuck, if you got really sad when Chucky stopped being scary and started becoming campy, then this is definitely where you're gonna cut off. You're gonna want to stop watching now. But if that's what you've always wanted from a film, then this is the film for you, because this is where you can see that they're turning in the direction of where the TV show eventually goes, which is going to mix comedy and horror in ways yet to be discovered. So, Jennifer Tilly is a great choice. The rest of the cast is just, I don't know, there. I would love to be able to say something nice about John Ritter's performance, but it's so small. And Katherine Heigl is just, I don't know, she's here. She's present. Like, there isn't really a standout human in this film. It's the dolls. Well, Jennifer Tilly is, until she becomes transferred in a doll. I mean, her performance as Tiffany is, I want to say iconic, but I feel like it's not quite iconic. It's like just shy of iconic. It's close. Like, she proved she was a really great choice. Like, Brad Dourif's been doing Chucky for so long that it's like, well, I hope you sign the AI rights to your voice, because I don't know what anybody's going to do without you. But yeah, Tiffany, she's so iconic now as Tiffany that it's weird. Academy Award nominee Jennifer Tilly this is where her career landed, and it's not that far from her Academy Award nomination either. Bride of Chucky, audio description, yeah, it leans into the gore, and that's the best compliment I can give it, is that any bloody, gory thing that it can possibly do, it does. There's an excellent scene when they excavate the body, the Charles, just of like the rats and where the rats are going, and it's just even one of the characters like vocalizes it, and they're like, I didn't need to see that. And I was like, I'm glad I didn't see this movie in theaters. Um, yeah, this is my first time watching Bride of Chucky, by the way. So I'm generally, yeah, I pick up what it's putting down. Is it a great movie? No. Are any of the Chucky movies great? No. But they're all kind of, if you like them, you like them. If you don't, you don't. And I kind of like Chucky. So I'm going to give Bride of Chucky a B. I don't think it's the best Child's Play movie. It's not the worst. And it does bring us Jennifer Tilly as Tiffany. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'm going to watch more spooky movies and do more Flashlight stuff. You will see. If this doesn't work, then next year I won't do the Flashlight thing. But it's an idea I had for this year. And I will see you guys on the other side.